Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for coming to my lovely home today. And before we begin our discussion, I would like to propose a toast to the pursuit of knowledge. To the pursuit of knowledge.
Thank you for inviting me today.
It was no problem. How was your journey?
My journey? Terrible. You'd think it's a crime being a monarch in France these days.
Really?
Yeah, just absolutely awful. Not believe it.
I heard yelling in the streets earlier. Did that impede your journey at all?
If it was caused by the mob that was in the streets, then yes.
Really? A mob?
Yes, a mob, believe it or not. Probably rioting against that fool King Louis.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you like some cookies?
Oh, of course, thank you.
This is Montesquieu. Spirit of the Laws was an eye-opening story. Thank you. You had it? We have John Locke, philosophical viewpoints that we're familiar with.
Yes, I look forward to hearing those viewpoints.
And Adam Smith, despite my disinterest in economics, it was very eye-opening.
I read it as well. Has anyone read about Candide by my good friend Voltaire?
Speaking of Voltaire, where is he?
I apologize for my lateness. You write one little packet about the king and suddenly you're the most wanted man in France. Catherine, I wasn't sure you'd be here today.
Oh, Frederick. Good to see you.
Hello, Montesquieu.
Pops, what were you saying earlier?
Pass it along down. Different, what's with the rush?
You know, with my writings, I always need to be wary of the cops because they can try to censor me. I'll be in jail again.
Again?
Yes, I was in prison for 3 months for...
Women do not deserve the same rights as men, because you are weak, frivolous, and not dependable. You cannot lead a nation like a man could.
Now, Mr. Smith, you seem to be coming off as quite judgmental. There are many bright women in our world that deserve the right for their voice to be heard. If we could receive a proper education, who knows, maybe some of us would have solutions to the various conflicts being discussed, such as the government and economy.
Yes, education for all can never be a bad thing. The more people educated, the further our society will progress.
That's nonsense. Women cannot be educated.
But don't misunderstand me. As I wrote in The Vindication of Rights of Women, I do not wish for women to have power over men, but just over themselves.
Why do you feel so strongly on women's rights?
Well, I feel so strongly because of prior experiences in my life. As a child, sorry, I get worked up when I speak of this, but my father was an alcoholic and my mother was severely ill. My situation made it challenging to live an average life. As the oldest child, I became the head of the household and took on innumerable responsibilities.
Man can only be honed through education, and he can only become good by being in life. Man is by nature greedy and oppressive. They must become educated in order to do that. If man is never educated, he will stay in a bad, greedy, oppressive state.
Education is the only way to advance a society.
Because educated people are easily governed.
I do believe that education is necessary and people learn through their experiences, but people are not born greedy, they're born cooperative, and they become...
They're ignoramuses because your system is flawed.
I try to educate the people. If you had your way, there'd be no schools to enlighten them, and man would remain the same.
Your schools are inefficient and incapable of educating the public.
Enough of this nonsense. I will rid the planet of you and your infernal ideas once and for all.
Very well, then let us settle this. I'll kill you!
Knowledge is power!
As proves to be mightier than the sword. Now, as you're all aware, I've started to compile a book of facts, and I've allocated a rather large portion of my book to philosophy. You will find a copy of my first book of the encyclopedia next to your place setting. This discussion today cries to be recorded, and I will answer your cries. Another way that they are just limiting our
our power as people and as representatives of our government is by censorship. It should be abolished.
This topic again, yeah. We all agree censorship is the devil.
Yes, it is.
Or close to it.
It is a great obstacle for me to overcome with my life's work being to create knowledge for everybody to have at their fingertips.
Yes, and in your knowledge-full book, did you write about the equality of men and women?
I did. That is one of my main, my personal opinion on that fact. And I actually have a couple of articles written by both Locke and Rousseau, and one by Montesquieu as well.
You or not?
You must be thinking of... Oh, wait. Who am I? I'm so sorry, my good fellow. I forgot. See, I developed a sort of absent-mindedness in my years at Glasgow University, where I was chair of logic and moral philosophy. I'm Adam Smith, and these good men are Montesquieu, Voltaire, and Wollstonecraft. It's a pleasure.
On another note, it seems to be getting late, and I need to rest. Tomorrow, I return to England. Good day to you all.
The years passed on, and our good friend Locke left us his ideas of natural rights. Equality and limited government inspired many.
Well, we must go on to the topic of discussing education.
Monsieur Rousseau, calm yourself. There's no need to get up in arms over such trifling things.
Trifling things, no. Education has offered nothing to those who need it, only corruption, greed, and aggression. Men would have no need for acts of hatred such as violence and oppression if it were not for the educated civilization that caused them to have needs other than surviving. When men want anything past hunger, they are essentially driven to desperate means that create so many of our problems in society. Civilization corrupts man, going against what would otherwise be a natural, peaceful society.
Oh, look. We have company.
Bonjour, bonjour, my good man. Je m'appelle Dennis Diderot. Mind if you join me?
Diderot, you were the prime contributor to the encyclopedia, were you not? Thank you for letting me contribute as well.
My pleasure, it was, Voltaire.
My good sir, what was in this book of yours?
The purpose of an encyclopedia is to bring together the knowledge scattered over the surface of the earth and to expose it to the men with whom we live and those who have not been exposed to it yet. I think the encyclopedia did an excellent job of that.
Open up in there. It's the police. You are all under arrest. Get him. Let's go get him.
Come with us. Keep your ideas present in society. Right. I'll send you a letter.
Go.
Love always.
Stop these arrogance! All of you! You have all been corrupted! You are all plotting against me. I can sense it. I must leave before I brainwash myself.
Well, this is a bit awkward. Finish volume 7.
So I think this discussion has come to an end. We've come to an agreement, but I'd like to leave you with one final thought before we leave. Where is France headed? Like, where are we going to end up in the future?
Checkmate.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you very much, Locke. Thank you, Locke. Cookies were delicious.
Until next time.
I think I gained a significant amount of insightfulness during this project. Carpe diem, seize the moment, veni vidi vici. I came, I saw, I acted awesomely. You know, I thought I represented the zeitgeist of the time pretty well, and that's what this is all about.